have we come to a point where there's also the question of lifestyle, rural area versus urban area, because we live so radically different lives?
I think that's definitely true. I mean, you just have to look at the political map to understand that people who live in urban cities tend to be Democrats and liberal, and people who live in more rural places tend to be more conservative, however they see conservative, and belong to the Republican Party. But again, I think it's because we've all become tribal. And it's like you have to pick one. And this is the problem with the two-party system. You know, and there's a lot of people who will say, well, my party has left me. In other words, if you're not a Trump supporter, are you still a Republican? Are you? I don't know. But there's a lot of people who are not Trump supporters who think they're Republicans. Liz Cheney is a perfect example. She spoke recently at the Richmond Forum. You know, Liz Cheney is a Republican, and she was kicked out of her party. And yet she says things that people across America of all political think has merit. People are willing to listen to what she has to say. But does she have a party? She doesn't. So if we say that Liz Cheney is a person who has ideals that represent what we believe our country to be, but she does not have a party, is there a path for a person with that kind of courage and integrity to ever achieve political office?
Okay, I'm going to have to give this one to you because you're a GOP.
Since Catherine kind of brought up the candidate's name, I want to kind of give obviously a couple of examples. Going back to what Steve also said, how could we not have great candidates? At least in Republican, we had about 6 or 8 candidates running. And in Democrat Party, we had Joe Biden and who else running? No one? That's a point to be well taken for your DNC convention, saying that did we only have President Biden running? The second thing is I was a Democrat long time back, and your argument of like party left me, party seriously left me with their fringe policies. I didn't leave the party. I'm still the same. I love to work with people. I collaborate. I have a very global view. I'm definitely not a socialist or Marxist by any means. I believe in small government. I believe in parental rights. I feel like I take accountability. I want to take responsibility. I'm very fiscally responsible. But that used to be Democrat Party. If you think about it, about 20 years back, they were very focused on all of that. So the party has left me. But I'll leave you with another one, Tulsi Gabbard. Since you took Liz Cheney, let me take Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard was a great Democrat. She was a Marine. She did everything right, but her party deceived her based on her, because she's open, she believes in freedom of speech, and she belongs to a different religion, and so on and so forth. So I think we can go back and forth when we are picking these candidates and stuff. But I think bottom line, Nicolette, going back to your party, yes, we definitely have a different worldview, I think, and that's why I think it has become so polarized. Republicans are still very focused on small government, I mean, fiscal responsibility, faith, family, freedom, whereas I believe, I don't want to speak for Democrats, I think they are definitely kind of focused on more of a global issues versus national domestic issues. Sometimes I think there is an old saying that my grandma used to say, set your home straight first before you look at everything else, because if your home has a great foundation, you do great at home, then you can conquer the world. But our home is not stable right now. So let's fix our home before we worry about the entire. That doesn't mean that I'm negating the wars, I'm not negating our presence, but I'm just saying let us get our foundation straight.